Assault Deku is one of the most popular characters in My Hero Ultra Rumble. Aside from being the first character you get to play as, he also happens to be one of the best characters of the game. I mean, he's the main character of the show. So while we wait for a new skill set or character, let's take a look at individual characters and their playstyle, and today's guest is Assault Deku. Assault Deku belongs to the Assault class, a fancy word to describe the tanks in My Hero Ultra Rumble. They are yellow in color and they generally have higher defense and HP, except for All Might. My boy keeps getting nerfed and he is a striker level at this point. They also seem to have limited range, as most tanks are close to mid-range combatants. Sadly, the game isn't very consistent with these aspects, so it's not a rule for every single character. Deku happens to be a very well-rounded option, as he belongs to the projectile type character. These characters have different range projectiles to fight enemies with, and they are usually placed in the alpha ability. Now this might be too much, but Ultra Rumble has, for the most part, two types of projectiles: passive and aggressive. The passive ones do not stop you from moving or cause knockback. They deal less damage and can be tanked more easily. The aggressive ones, however, usually have a damage cap as well as cause knockback. Each type is given to different characters, depending on their individual stats, but usually characters with little to no mobility are given aggressive projectiles to defend themselves or be more aggressive in their offense, while passive ones are given to the more mobile characters. Once again, the game isn't very consistent with these concepts, but you can see the pattern repeating more often than not. For example, Overhaul, Full Bullet Deku, Machine Gun Bakugo, etc. Yellow Deku happens to have both of these projectiles in his alpha ability, as the regular ones have limited range and lower damage, but the crouch shot has double the damage, range, and it consumes all of your bullets. It also causes knockback. This makes Yellow Deku a very good character for harassing, keeping the enemy in check from afar. It is also great to surprise the enemy in a close battle by doubling your DPS in an instant. It is pretty nasty, and good Dekus definitely capitalize this ability to the max. His beta, however, is a pretty boring kick. Not much to say about it. It's good for mobility, and if he lands, it's a good chunk of damage. You only get one, and just like many abilities in this game, once you do it, you seem to lose momentum immediately after, and you fall in such an awkward way. Honestly, I don't know why. It does seem to have a juggle stay after you land the kick, but it really depends on elevation and the angle, and usually you are not the one to punish the enemy even more. Lastly, his gamma is the Kuro Ichi or Black Whip, which is a pretty interesting ability, as it has both offensive and defensive abilities. Most of the times, this ability is used to move around or to run away from a fight, but it can also be used to catch and pull the enemy, in which case you have an eternity to decide what to do, because for some reason this ability has insane stone frame data. You can easily combo your alpha into more alphas, or alpha into beta, or do melee combo. The option is yours, so make sure to practice your aim to trap the enemy with this ability, because it's pretty nasty once it lands. The best part is that you get 2 once you reach level 9, so while expensive, it is definitely worth it. You basically become a Spider-Man. Overall, Deku is a pretty solid character, with great stats and versatility, great damage, mobility, and utility. I didn't even mention the fact that you can pick up down teammates, so having a good Deku in your team means you have a pretty good chance of winning. Just a quick note here, this video was scripted before the new patches. Unfortunately, Assault Deku was nerfed, and this just makes me question what the fuck is wrong with the devs. They have been nerfing characters that no one is asking for. So forget everything I said about the alpha. Now they took a third of the damage and it has longer cooldown. I seriously don't understand the devs, and I highly doubt one of you guys are watching this, but seriously, you are a bunch of morons. You don't understand your own game. Why are you nerfing characters no one is asking for, man? Leave the game alone. You seriously are ruining the characters. And while at first I consider Yellow Deku a little safe and kind of boring, he definitely grew on me. And now he's my solid pick for some serious business. Only second to the greatest hero of them all, Daddy All Might. Please tell me, do you like Yellow Deku? And which character should I do next? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.